Hey guys, Austin here, and today I'm going to be talking about Obsidian's new AAA title, Avowed, that was announced 2 days ago during Microsoft's monthly livestream for the Xbox Series X. And has a lot of people excited, even more for this game than Halo Infinite, which, oh man, dude, the memes for that game, the memes, man, the memes. So I'm going to be diving into everything we know so far about the game. And of course, if you want to see more videos covering this title, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, so Avowed is going to be a first-person RPG much like the likes of Skyrim and the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 that's being produced by Obsidian, the same people who created Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds that's finally getting its DLC, I'm going to make a video about that pretty soon, and the isometric RPG Pillars of Eternity franchise, which is where Avowed will be taking place in. That world being Eoria, which is a place that's home to various empires, cultures, people, and many different lands, and in a lot of ways, it's a whole lot like the Elder Scrolls universe, which has a drastic amount of lore, which really it just can't be covered in one video. So to really explain things simply, in the first and second Pillars of Eternity game, you play as a Watcher, a person who's able to see souls. And souls in this universe aren't like how they are in the Elder Scrolls or in real life. Instead, they're a quantifiable essence where after you die, you become reincarnated into something else. And Watchers are able to see the memories of those past souls, and well, souls in general. And going farther, souls are the basis of magic in the world, and they're able to be manipulated and even created by some of the gods in the Pillar of Eternity universe. It's probably why we have the magical abilities that we see in the trailer, because like with the previous games, the protagonist of Avowed is a Watcher, and ironically, this knowledge about the souls or even a Watcher hasn't been around for hundreds of years. This is actually a relatively new technology in the world of Aurora, and as such, they're still learning about it. A couple other things that should be said before I move on is if the last games are anything to go off of, you'll be able to play as 6 races found in Aurora. Ship travel was also a pretty big feature in the second Pillars of Eternity game, and it's how you got around certain parts of the continent. And it could maybe make an appearance in Avowed, which would be really cool, especially when there could be not only lots to explore, but also monsters to fight, because yeah, in that world there are sea monsters that make sailing an extremely dangerous task. And even further, there are actually guns in this franchise. In the trailer, there were lots of swords, armor, and magic along with your trusty bow and arrow. But it's also explained that in the world of Avowed, technologically, it is advanced as 16th century Europe, so about late Renaissance. So flintlock weapons aren't exactly the most advanced, they're probably very cumbersome, and definitely aren't the most accurate thing in the world, but they are nevertheless still a thing in this world. Finally, it looks like this game could be taking place after the events of the second Pillar of Eternity game, when things were doing relatively well when it all ended, but now, once again, everything has kinda hit the hay, and a group of knights are trying to defend a castle from an army of the undead that we saw in the trailer. So now that I've gotten past the story elements of the game, getting into when we could be playing it, well, it isn't going to be for a while. A couple of days ago on the Avowed website, they said that the game would be coming out on the Xbox One, so a lot of people speculate since the Xbox One would only be around for 2 more years, then we could be seeing the game in that time frame. However, a day later, they since changed that, and now it says that it will be available on the Xbox Series X and Windows 10. Although, there are some runners online that came from former lead character designer Craig Machette on ArtStation that you're seeing right now that shows character renders for an Unreal Engine 4 project, the same engine that Avowed is being produced on. Although this could be something completely different, and considering that Craig is no longer works at Obsidian, that could definitely be the case. The only solid thing we know about the development of Avowed is that it's probably been in the works after the development of the Outer Worlds. In the last September, Obsidian did put a job listing for the development on a new RPG that we know now is Avowed that wanted people who knew how to develop a first-person melee experience in making a day and a night cycle, and a network manager for multiplayer support, along with a designer for first-person shooting. And we do know that guns will be a part of this game, but one thing that throws me off about this job listing is the inclusion of multiplayer. It isn't really something that Obsidian is known for, but maybe they could be doing what CD Projekt Red is doing with Cyberpunk 2077, where they plan on releasing the base game and, you know, the first DLC or whatever DLC that they include, and then release multiplayer a year later. But it's just too early to say right now. I mean, realistically, we probably won't be seeing this game until 2024 or maybe even 2025. But that's it for today's video. In the comment section below, tell me what you guys think about Avowed. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe for more Avowed content and check out my Twitter page where I post all my thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.